Hello friends, it's me, your pal Bill Savely with Savages Disc Golf. And today I'm out at Prosca Park, my local park, and I'm only going to be using 6 discs. 6 discs. I've been playing this park for an awfully long time now, and I play here specifically in a Glow League. And I'm really thinking about just completely minimizing my bag and going with the discs that I have the most trust in, not only in the disc itself, but myself and my abilities. So I've narrowed it down. I don't include the putter as like one of them because obviously you need a putter. So I'll be using the Judge exclusively. This is my putting putter. It's also one of my throwing putters. It's just such a versatile disc. And then let's go the Glow Envy. This one has a little bit more turn with it, so I can use this if I really need to turn a very short or an approach shot. So I will be using this today. Also, I've decided to go back to the Hex because I feel like I need to learn it. I really need to work on this because this could be a very versatile disc across the board. So I will be using this. Also, my Detour, most notably the Tour of Terror Detour, this Glow. This is an absolutely amazing disc, a must-have in your bag. I highly suggest it. I will be using this today. Another money disc, the Leopard 3, a 7-speed. So good, so reliable, so proficient. And I'm getting much better at throwing this thing. And again, the confidence. And to roll out the very last disc I will be using, the Valkyrie. I think I'll probably be throwing this maybe on hole number 5, maybe hole number 9. But of course, I also might be throwing the Leopard 3 in a lot of those occasions. Either way, these are the 6 discs I'll be using. Did I say the Judge doesn't count? Well, it does count. So these are my 6. So let's get going, shall we? The course is already starting to get crowded. All right. 2 off the first tee is what we usually do here during a practice round, and today is no different. So I have the Valkyrie and I have the Leopard 3. I'm really going to try to stick to my first shot and keeping my first shot. So I'm going to throw the Leopard 3 here because today I feel a little more confident with the Leopard 3. Not really much of a warm-up today because that's just how I roll, I guess. Let's see what we've got. Remember, just 6 discs today. All right, I hit a tree, but I got lucky going through that tree. So let's shoot with the Valkyrie because we said 2 off the first tee. And this time, don't try to kill it. Look at that, a much better flight. Let's go. Early morning on a Sunday, you don't really think there's going to be a whole lot of people out here. And I am telling you, the park is jumping today. Lots of people walking. Lots of people got their dogs out on leashes, which is great. Then there's 2 older guys. Of course, I'm an older guy, but they look like they're older than me, but pretty much everybody does. They're playing ahead, so we'll see where we can get with this round. Feel pretty good. That first shot, I really tried to throw it too hard, and then that's what happened. But I'm still going to play that first shot, even though that second shot was way better. So we're kind of a distance out. This is good work for me to capitalize on these second shots to put me in This position. Is where my Leopard 3 landed, and as you can see, I have a low hanging branch there. I just have to, I've got a small gap if I want to hyzer it out, or I can try to go underneath. So let's see where we get here. Straight as an arrow, no hyzer at all. So this will be a par. I didn't get the flip that I wanted, so I landed here. But this is a putt I know I can make. So let's not count that birdie out just yet. You know what I'm saying? This is where the Valkyrie comes in handy. Big sweeping hyzer. I just have to give it the distance and trust. Ooh. Not enough distance and a little too much hyzer. Not bad. Just outside of the wood chips here. This is again a putt. It should be routine. Nope. Dang it. Oh, missed opportunity here to go 2 under. Hole number 3, kind of a nemesis hole if you really think about it. You got to keep your shot low, and there's so many trees, and it curls off just a bit to the left. If you can hit that gap, you can keep it a little higher, but then you run the risk of going out of bounds to the left. So you have to keep it low and kind of glide under the trees, which is exactly what we're going to do. We're going with the Valkyrie. And I just have to remember not to throw it as hard as humanly possible, because that gets me into trouble. Just keep it low, nose down. That's a good shot. Skip, big skip. I think I'm in front of that tree again. Not as bad as I thought. I'm actually out from in front of the tree, which is good. So this is a putt that I need to make, that I will make. Got to be careful though, can't go too far because past those rocks is out of bounds into that dry creek. Just glide it into the basket. Like that. And then this is the hole where I fluctuate. Hole number 4. You can throw a putter here. I've thrown a putter here. I've thrown the hex here. And I've thrown the Tour of Terror, the Detour. I feel most confident with this disc. So I'm going to put this right under the basket. I just have to, again, not try to kill it. Just make sure I hit those angles, keep it low, and it should go. Just like that. Look at that. Ooh, I'm a little long, but I'm in the wood chips, I think. Pretty excited about that shot because I think I hit a little bit of those trees and it didn't really alter my disc too much. So I am here just outside the wood chips. Boom. Hole number 5, 230 feet. It's a par 3. Not sure if you're going to be able to see this shot on the camera, but I need to get in through here and have it curve up and over those trees, the round ones, and then just beyond the red bushes there, because the basket is pretty much dead center of these long, tall trees here. I'm going with the Valkyrie because this is my most reliable disc on this particular hole. I just have to send it on the right angle. And that's not the right angle, but it'll carry, and I'm short of the red bushes. This So I'm actually under the bushes here, but it's not as bad as it could be. It's just not optimal. So this is an interesting shot, one that you should practice, one that I should practice. Put it on a little bit of an anhyzer and right up into that basket. Don't want to go too far. That's not bad. It's a shame because this is a hole that I would really like to birdie. You just have to carry those bushes. And unfortunately, I didn't. 171 feet. We don't talk about hole 6 anymore. We're just going to throw the judge. Thought about throwing the Envy here, but I'm much more confident in the judge. Sun right in my face. The glare is insane. So we're just going to trust. That's a little short, but it'll work. Not as close as I'd like, but this gives me a look, puts me in position. These are the putts that you should make each and every time. And as I get better, I'm making these putts pretty much each and every time. Hole number 7. Throwing, sidearm, forehand, however you call this, it puts way too much strain on my elbow and my shoulder. So I need to start either getting better at my form or working around it. So today we're going to work around it, and I'm going to throw the Valkyrie, and I want to carry it over. So I'm going to be releasing it on a little bit of an anhyzer angle. And I need to cut around those trees. And don't try to kill it. Just let the disc do the work. That's actually not bad. Not optimal, but not bad. I didn't hit any trees. And hole number 7 is an interesting one. Sometimes we play it in league night. Sometimes we don't. It really just depends on the layout. Hole number 7 could be an absolute crippler of a hole because it's so unique in terms of the design with so many trees being on that right side and you really having to shot shape to put yourself in position for a bird. Now I'm way too far for a birdie, but I need to put this disc close so that I can save par. Hoping that my camera angle gets all this. I'm trying a different use of a tripod. Pretty straight shot. I'm going to stand still this and put it close. Still got to focus on form here. Keep your arm up. The tendency is to go too low and then it really kicks to the left. I don't want that. I want it to stay and hit a straight line. That should work. Not a bad shot. I landed here, which is good. Where would I have liked to have landed? Probably right around here. But this still works. Because remember, I'm not going for the birdie. I was too far. I'm putting to save par. Hole number 8. Strictly for recreational use only. I would not recommend this hole. I'm kidding. We don't play this hole in the league, but I'm playing it now because it's part of the 18-hole lineup. It's a corridor shot with a bunch of trees. Shocker. Again, we're going with the Valkyrie. So many ways to play this hole. Not bad. Way too high, but you got to do that. This is where we're at, right here. Two options. I can go around the tree this way, or I can stand here and forehand it. Either way works. I'm not very good at the forehand or trusting that shot, so that means I need to practice it some more. So that's what we're going to do now. Just want to put it close. That'll work. And the bizarre thing about the forehand is so many times I think I've sent it out too far to the left, and realistically I haven't, because the disc will come back. Let me show you this. This is where the disc landed. This is my second shot. So all we do is we pick it up and we put it in the basket for par. Hole number 9, sneaky, 235-foot hole. Now, the left, the cart path is out of bounds. So many times, so many people, myself included, will go out of bounds because the disc, I don't get it flat, and it hyzers and pulls too much to the left, and then I go out of bounds, and then it's not a good look. So what I want to do is I want to send it out to the right and have it come in, or at least throw it kind of flat so where it just kind of slowly glides in. Normally I throw the Valkyrie, but the Valkyrie is a pretty neutral disc, so for me it still goes a little bit to the left. So I'm going to go with the Leopard. The Leopard 3, it's a 7-speed, so it's a little bit slower, but for my arm speed it should work. It will work, not should. Come on now. And it's a little bit of understability, so hopefully it won't dump. We just got to send it out there, nice and easy. Just let the disc glide. Not far enough, but do you see what I mean? How it turns like that? Now, obviously, I threw it on a hyzer. I threw it on a pretty decent hyzer line. So when you do that, your disc is gonna go to the left. Pretty much that's the way you designed it. I have to get better at trusting the disc, trusting myself, working on my form, so that I can throw the disc flatter so that it doesn't tail so hard to the left. Now I got lucky, but again, still, I wasn't far enough distance-wise, so I have a decent, scary, almost impossible putt here to make for a birdie chance, but I'm gonna give it a run. So you can see I'm here. Now maybe with the Valkyrie I get a little more distance, but that's not always the case. So I'm gonna move myself out pretty far. You probably can't see anything now because I'm not the best with camera angles, but I need to save par here, yet still somehow kind of give myself a chance. Nope, that's all right. Gotta work on that Anheuser putt, but still, that's a par, and with that par, after 9, I am 4 under par. 4 under par. Let's talk about it. 4 under par for 9 holes. Where could we get better? Well, obviously hole number 7, you could birdie that. That will help. Hole number 8, you could birdie that. That would help. Hole number 9, you can birdie. That would help. And we didn't get a birdie on hole number 5. And realistically, out of all of those holes, that's the hole where you can really have the best opportunity for a birdie. So 4 under after 9. Let's try to tighten it up here and see what we can do on the back 9. Sticking with the 6-disc method, we're going back to the Valkyrie. Don't even think about it. Just send it out there. Hey, that should work. Look at that. Not as far, but I didn't hit any trees. And I have a nice second shot. All right. Better. Not too bad. And realistically, this is a nice little standstill shot that I need to work on, but also I should be able to convert. Just need to get this close and inside that circle. I need it to be inside that circle. just outside. Hilarious. Remember, I wanted to be inside here, and this is where I landed. This is why practice is so important. But this is a good position here to be in, because that's a birdie. Hole number 2, same thing. We're just gonna try to go further so that we have a better look at birdie. That feels better. That's deeper. Oh, good kick. Let's make this putt. You can see this is where my drive landed, right here, but I have an open shot. It's maybe 17 feet from the basket. Let's drop this for a birdie. Nice. And I forgot to mention earlier that hole number 3 is a very challenging hole as well. First of all, there's no T sign, so I don't really know exactly what the yardage is. It says here 272 feet on the UDisc app that I can utilize with my watch. And of course, again, it turns a little bit to the left, and you have those low-hanging trees on the right, so you really need to thread it, but you also need to send it. It's 272 feet, which for me is, on average, it's a haul for me to get there. So I'm going with the Valkyrie again, and we're going to keep it low, and I'm really going to give myself a birdie attempt. That's too low, but it's better than nothing. We landed here, and again, it's another interesting scenario here because I don't have room to really toss it this way to have it turn in. I need to cut this angle, and I don't want to do it this way because it's not reliable. So I'm going to have to throw the forehand. Now remember, the forehand on 8 worked pretty good. I just need the same concept. Send it out, let it come back. Oh, am I lucky. That stayed in bounds. So we're here in 2, and the rule is if you're actually on the rocks, you're still in bounds. So we saved the par, but do you see what I mean about this hole? This is where the good guys, this is where the players who are really good in my league, they will birdie this hole. And this is what sets them apart from everybody else. They're able to keep their shot low, and they're able to send it enough to be in a position to actually make that second shot for a birdie. And from where I was, both times on this hole, that just wasn't a possibility. So an opportunity for me to get better exists on hole number 3. As we stand right now, I am 6 under par. This is a hole I would love to get a par on to just start building momentum for a really good score. So let's do just that. Let's keep it low, park it, and get that birdie. That's not low. Oh, man. What happens there is I get hesitant, and then what happens is instead of fully following through and sending it, I just kind of lose my momentum because I'm worried about it. And then the disc doesn't have enough power. I threw that nose up so it hit these trees. And now I have this for birdie. And I have a low hanging tree that's going to keep me from really getting an opportunity here for the birdie. So unfortunately, I have to save par. So that's just what I'll do. One of these days, these birdies are gonna walk all over you. Not on this hole today. Hole 5, 230, Valkyrie. Rinse, lather, repeat. Let's get this one further though. Get that birdie. Ah, that's just outside of the edge of the wood chips. I'd like it to be further, but I'll take it. Better position than last time. Still wish I could get a little closer, but here we are. Remember, I wanted the birdie on this hole. I have to go get it, and it's right here. Almost missed that one. Come on. Hole 6. Let's go. That's way too far. Okay, this is actually a really good point here at this juncture of the round. I should have made that putt on 5. That's an easy putt. But I didn't follow through the right way, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. And it went low and it hit the basket. And then right away my brain is like, you idiot. That was your opportunity to birdie. You needed that. And then I get in my head. And I get on my head and here I am on hole 6. A hole that I could really capitalize on and really come back. And now I have this long ass putt to make for birdie. Because I didn't focus. Oh man. Could be worse. It could be worse. And I've made this putt in the past. And this would be a nice redemption for hole number 5. So just sink it. Too much hyzer. Oh, I just don't get it. And I've said it a million times. That is what separates the guys that come out here and shoot 9 under, 10 under, 12 under. That's the difference. Those guys are making those putts like clockwork. And I'm not there yet. But I will be. Hole number 7. Last time we went with the Valkyrie and we sent it out there and it just kind of drifted off a little to the left. So I'm going to add a little instability by an additional number. I'll be throwing the Leopard 3, 7, 5, minus 2, 1. Just got to wait for this guy to get out of the way here. Not bad, just outside of the wood chips on 8. All right. All right, Leopard, do your thing. Get us close. Nope. Look at that thing, straight as an arrow because I early released it and I wasn't focused. Let's just throw a second one just for shits and giggles. Oh, is that unfortunate? And I am not happy with that shot. So we focus, we adjust, we react. Follow through. Don't try to kill it. I mean, weird. I don't know. Oh, so much for the Leopard 3. I'm way over here. Now I'm just angry. Now I'm just angry. What to do? Send it out? I think that's what I'll do. Practice the hyzer. That might be a good shot. Good rock. Good shot. That's a par save. Really nice second shot here. I mean, really nice. Par save, which is what I needed. All right. No words, just disc. Valkyrie. Too high, but you almost kind of have to do it that way. And again, I'm right there at 9's tee. We're here. Pretty much same location-ish. All right, so the video abruptly stopped right there. Why? Low memory. Somehow, on my 256 gigabyte phone, I didn't have enough memory to shoot the last couple of segments of that video for that round. So I parred hole number 8, and then I launched that Leopard 3 on hole number 9, and I went to the right of that big tree, but I cleared it. So I was pin high, but just to the right of the basket, and I sank that putt for birdie. Honest to God. So I ended up finishing 7 under par for the round, which is my best for that particular layout. I think it's my best at that particular course across the board. So I'm extremely happy for that. I should play that well. It's my home course. I play it a ton. Where can I improve? Guaranteed birdie on 1. That has to be non-negotiable. It's reachable for that birdie. It should constantly be a birdie every time. 2 should be a birdie now that I'm completely aware of the way I have to play that hole. Number 3, nemesis hole. I will get better at distance and control, and I will get to the point where I could set myself up for a birdie on hole number 3. Hole number 4, I just have to be careful and keep it consistent, throw it flat, and it'll skate close to that pin. That should be a birdie every time. 5, same thing. I know the angle, I know the disc, I know the distance. I should be able to get it close to those wood chips to be able to sink that for a birdie. Same thing on 6. I know that hole. Keep it low, let it fade over to the left, drop it in for a birdie on that basket. Hole number 7. Got to get better at that as well. That is probably the toughest hole on the course because of the trees, because of the distance, because how you have to shape that shot. There is no room for mistakes on that drive on hole number 7 if you want to birdie that hole. 8, we don't play 8 in the league. 8 will continue to be my nemesis as well because of so many of the trees. There's only like 2 real ways to play that hole, and one of them is you really have to have a rocket and launch it up and over those trees and have it dip in, or the second route is you need to throw a frozen rope that just goes under the branches straight to the basket, and you need to sink that putt. Number 9 should be a hole that you should consistently be able to birdie every time, and I'm going to get there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing, and I will talk to you soon.